Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB, and download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. You will not regret it. You can build your winning lineups in the palm of your hand. All the tools, all the sports, all the sites. Go check that out. You can find myself on Twitter at BDentric, and if you watch the show on the LineStar YouTube channel, you can see the band is back together. You can find him on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, my friend, I've missed you. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired. A lot of moving stuff, obviously, but I am ready to go. So I am exhausted, but here. We're ready.
Yes, we are glad to have you. We got a 10-game slate, so it's kind of a medium pace, as they say, to get you ready and get your feet wet again, to get you back in the action. So I won't say too much more than download the app and follow them on Twitter, because I have alerts for LineStar, and I just found out Tommy Pham hit the longest home run of the season, 486 feet in Coors Field tonight. So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
So go check all that good stuff out there. But let's just do it. Let's bang this one out. 10 games. There's a 5-game early slate. The app has you covered there too, and the chat room. So check all that stuff out. We're doing the 10-game main slate, and it starts out with our good buddies, Boston at the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees swept the doubleheader on Tuesday. So, rivalries don't care about stuff like this. Nick Pivetta, Andrew Heaney, over under, and this has climbed. It was over under of 10 about an hour ago. It's up to 10.5 now, and I am not surprised at all. I'm just going to cut to the chase. Are you interested in either pitcher on this one?
Not really. And don't ask me over unders, apparently, because right before I left, I butchered them. But, Pivetta, 2 quality starts in a row, but the Yankees are a tough draw, especially right now. So I'm going to pass on both pitchers here. I'll go with some hitting. Stanton, who has like the most 115 mile per hour exit velocity by double the next person. It's insane. And he went yard tonight. He's 3 for 10 with a bomb against Pivetta in his career, 3 for 6 for JD with 2 homers against Heaney, 7 for 13 for Xander Bogaerts with 2 doubles and a bomb. And then there's other hot hitters. Judge, LeMahieu, Gardner, Renfroe, Dahlbeck, Devers, Kike. So I'm all about hitters in this game.
Yeah, it's a great game to stack. It's a shame that the Rockies are on the early slate because Arrieta is pitching in that one. So that's an easy one. We could have had Arrieta and Heaney on the same slate. It would have been just the stars aligning. But we'll have to pick this one. The Yankees will be a good stack to be contrarian, because out of the game stack, most will want Boston for good reason. So you mentioned Stanton's actually feeling it. Judge is swinging it well. But you get like the values in Wade and Odor and company and make that work. I'm obviously like the Boston side of things. You got JD Martinez, but if you want to kind of be farther down the order, maybe lower ownership, Renfroe is crushing everything, especially lefties. Dahlbeck's heating up. Christian Vasquez is 27 on DK. You don't need a catcher on FanDuel. He went deep on Tuesday as well, so you get some cheaper pieces there to go with your Bogarts, your Martinez's, and some others there if you want to. But definitely one we want to attack. He's allowing like 2 to 3 home runs per game. Just keep having fun with this one. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at the Detroit Tigers on this one. We got Shohei Ohtani versus we had Tariq Skubal, over under of 8.5 on this one. Ohtani's 86 on DK, 10.5 on FanDuel. Skubal 74 and 86. As usual, DK has Ohtani mispriced. Are you in at 8,600?
Yeah, I mean, 5 quality starts in a row. How can you not be, especially against Detroit, who strikes out all the time? I even think Skubal might be a secondary option today, too. So I'm in on both pitchers in this game, which makes me outish on hitters. I mean, Marsh is a nice option in 3,023. Miggy going after 532 and 29 could be interesting. Maybe Grossman at 35 on either is good. So there's a little hitting you can pick through here, but mainly pitching in this one.
Yeah, I don't know what takes longer, Miggy running to first base or finally hitting 500. It's taken a while. We've been waiting for this one. It's just not happening. But I'm with you on both pitchers. 86 on DK is crazy for Ohtani. I think 10.5 he's still in play, much less ownership, because He'll get you the quality start, but he won't go super deep type thing. And I like the call on Skubal, especially on DK at 74. The last 2 starts have been great. I've said it all year. It's like simple stuff, but it's really with him. If he doesn't give up home runs, he pitches great. Yeah, it sounds simple, but there's a guy in this slate, like even the Scherzers of the world, they give up home runs and they're fine. Something about Skubal, he gives up 1 and it turns into 2 or 3, and he just unravels. He can't get it through his head. So when he doesn't give up home runs,
landmine.
He's phenomenal. So he makes for a very good GPP play, especially on DK at 74. And I'm out on bats with you on this one. Atlanta at Miami in this one. We got Charlie Morton, Jesus Luzardo, over under 7.5. Morton's the guy I was talking about, strikes out a ton of guys, gives up home runs, but he survives type thing. Yeah. He's 97 on DK, 92 on FanDuel. Luzardo, 61 and 65. I love Morton. He's one of my favorite pay-up spots on this entire slate.
Yeah, the Marlins are 25th in runs scored since the beginning of August, too. So this is just a great spot for him. There is little PVB data here. Jazz is home 4 for 9 with a bomb against Morton. Brinson's hot, Aguilar's hot, but I'm going to go Morton and Braves bats. Morton and Swanson, Albies, Riley. I'll pick out of that group.
100% with you. Morton, like I said, my top guy, I think 92 on FanDuel is stealing. That's like a really good price. Love him on DK too as my SP1. And then if you are stacking the Braves against Luzardo's just giving up the long ball, walking a ton of guys. It's just been messy with him right now. I think he's going to need an offseason to figure things out. So, yeah, get your Braves, your Swansons, your Rileys. Like you said, Albies crushes lefties. So I stacked it up and have some fun in that one. Here is the game I am looking to just destroy outside of the Boston-New York game. Baltimore at Tampa Bay. We have Watkins versus Yarbrough coming off the COVID IL. Watkins pitches to a ton of contact. Yarbrough has been hot garbage of late. I love a stack on both sides in this one, Bogman.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Pass on Watkins for me. 10 runs in his last 10 innings pitched for Yarbrough. So let's stack it up. Santander, Stewart, Hayes, Mullins, Mateo, all been hitting for the Orioles. Lau, Franco, Kiermaier, Randy Rosarena. I think I'm gonna, just stack up some bats in this game.
Yeah, the Rays side is one of my favorite stacks on the slate. Brandon Lau, we love him in this situation. And Randy Rosarena, Lau and Rosarena, like my 2 top plays. Cruz double donged on Tuesday. Zunino's hitting everything, righties and lefties right now. He went deep on Tuesday. Those are 4 great plays. If you want to be a little contrarian, though, and Franco's hitting too. But Kiermaier, silly cheap, and he is swinging a very good bat. And so is Brett Phillips. And they're both really, really cheap. And that's one way, because the Rays will be popular tonight. So if you want to be a little different, dabble in some Kiermaier and some and Brett Phillips. I'm a big fan of that. And I don't mind bringing it back with Baltimore. You mentioned the guys, Santander, Hayes, Mullins. Get at it, because this game, there's no total yet because Yarbrough's coming off the IL, but it should be a good one. Milwaukee at St. Louis, battle in the NL Central. We have Freddie Peralta going up against Jack Flaherty, over under of 7. Peralta 10-2 on DK, 98 on FanDuel. Flaherty 91 and 10-1. Flaherty went about 81 pitches. His last time out looked good, but about 81 pitches. You want both pitchers, just one? What are you thinking in this one?
Yeah, I like Peralta. He's always an option. He has 1 start versus St. Louis this year. 7 innings, no earned, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. So I'll probably piggyback off that. Flaherty put up good numbers in his first start, so I don't mind if you want to try him, but he is kind of expensive for a maybe-ish type of a guy at 91 and 10-1. There's some PVB data here on both sides. Goldie 4 for 8 with 2 bombs against Peralta, 3 for 5 for Escobar against Flaherty, and then 8 for 25 with 2 homers and a double for Yelich against Flaherty. And then there's hot bats on both sides. Adames, Urias, Manny Pina's been nice recently. Arenado, Tommy Edman. So I think my first instinct is maybe bats, but Peralta's always an option, and Flaherty's a good secondary.
Yeah, I don't mind using Peralta. I'd have Morton over Peralta for me on this slate.
Me too.
I don't mind him. I get it. Like, we know what his ceiling can be, but there's 2 things I always say is right now, there's at any moment they could limit innings. Milwaukee, they told us that. They won't tell us when, but they told us that. So that's always a scare if you're paying up. Secondly, St. Louis is just like pesky enough. They just don't strike out a ton. They don't strike out a ton. So that makes it tricky. The Flaherty side of it, I've already come to grasp that if he goes off, he goes off. I'm not going to have any shares because I think they still want to kind of like maybe 90 pitches this time around. And I like Milwaukee's bats. I respect Milwaukee's bats. So if you want anything in this one, I don't mind a little Milwaukee stack. But overall, It's kind of pitching or just kind of watch. I'm hoping it is a good game, and we go from there. Seattle at Texas in this one. Marco Gonzalez versus Mike Foltynewicz. Over under of 9. Gonzalez 76 on DK, 82 on FanDuel. Folty 51 and 7K. Gonzalez faced Texas his last time, 9 innings, 1 run, like 9 Ks for over 40 DraftKings points. I think he's going to be very popular, but for good reasons tonight, Bog.
No, Folty was also good in that game. 7 innings pitched, 3 earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. So it kind of makes me want to not mess with bats here. So not like there's a lot of bats you're going to pick through in this game anyway, but maybe if you wanted a contrarian play or something, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up in this game. So I think Gonzalez and Folty are both kind of in play as secondary options.
I'll never hate on the Folty thing. It's kind of like the Harvey thing. Like I just have trouble stomaching it, but I get it. I get it. Especially on DK at 51.
Sometimes you got to pinch your nose and take the medicine, you know?
Yep. Ask my wife. But Seattle with Marco Gonzalez, I'm a big fan there. I'm a big fan there, but I think it's be popular. So when we recap pitching, I'll kind of tell you my mindset on attacking the pitching. But I do like Marco. If you are using hitters, it is to attack Folty for me, and you want mainly lefties like JP Crawford, Jared Kalenick's really cheap, and Kyle Seager. Those will be my main focuses. Otherwise, I'm kind of at a pass here. You'll hear Pozo's name a lot. You mentioned you put him on the list. He's been very popular in the season-long process. He's hitting bombs in AAA. He's free. So if you want to go there at catcher, sure. Houston at Kansas City. We got Zach Greinke, Brady Singer, over under of 9.5 in this one. Greinke's 81 on DK's 88 on FanDuel. Singer 64 and 66. Never Greinke, or are you Greinking tonight?
I mean, obviously, I have no opinion on Greinke, like I never do. So, Bubba, you can tell us what you think. Singer, I'll pass on, and I like Astros bats. Jake Meyer's been hitting, and he's cheap. Michael Brantley, Jordan Alvarez, although he didn't start tonight, so look out for him. Carlos Correa, and then Salvi, Michael Taylor. Whit is 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and a bomb against Greinke, so pretty nice right there. 3 for 6 for Gerard Dyson as well against Greinke. So there's some PVB data here too.
Yeah, never Greinke for me. Keep an eye on Jordan Alvarez. He left 2 nights ago early. It was weird diagnosis. He's day-to-day, didn't play on Tuesday. Hopefully he's back Wednesday because it'd be a great spot for him, and he's crushing it. And we mentioned it on last night's show, the Astros are stupid cheap on FanDuel as a team. So that's one to keep an eye on. Overall, though, it's the Astros for me in this one, and I'll pass. Like, I'm not going to use Greinke, but I'm not looking to go full stack on Greinke either. A couple more games to get us through here. We got Oakland at the Chicago White Sox. Cole Irvin versus Sir Lancelot Lance Lynn, over under of 8.5 on this one. Irvin's 84 on DK, 82 on FanDuel. Lynn 10K and 95. Interest in either arm in this one?
Not really. Obviously, Lynn is in play anytime you want to, but I think at the price, there's better options. I think Morton is probably the best option on the slate today, or Ohtani, at his price. So I'll take those guys over him. Irvin, just not enough strikeout upside for me to want to take him, but there is some PVB data here. Piscotty 5 for 12 with a triple and a bomb against Lynn. 4 for 10 for Lowry with a double. 7 for 15 for Cano with with 2 doubles. 10 for 31 for Josh Harrison, right back up off the IL. 2 bombs, 3 doubles. 8 for 28 for Marte with 2 doubles and a triple. So this lineup kind of stacks pretty good against Lynn. And it might be a nice play because I don't know how many people are going to stack against Lynn. So I kind of like the A's as a sneaky stack.
Yeah, no, I like the call there. Like I'm a big Lance Lynn fan. I'm not really looking to use him tonight because he's been very inconsistent of late. So you're paying up for inconsistency, which I'm not a fan of this time of the year. And secondly, this A's team, they came into this series swinging one of the hotter bats in baseball. They've been pretty much ice cold the first 2 games. So I think they do make for a nice contrarian stack because no one's going to roster them. On the flip side, with the White Sox, I'm a big fan of targeting Irvin. Irvin got shelled by Texas. He's had good starts here and there, but if he's off, he's extremely hittable. So you got your Eloy Jimenez that we like. We got Anderson versus a lefty. Abreu hit another home run on Tuesday. He's swinging a great bat. They're all expensive. But Lubob is 33 on DK, and Andrew Vaughn's 31. So you got those 2 guys for nice and cheap. Mix and match. I think the White Sox are a nice, fun one for you on Wednesday. Couple more here for you. Got Philadelphia at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Suarez versus Bumgarner. Suarez 57 and 65. Bumgarner 71 and 78. Are you going to either pitcher here?
I mean, I don't hate Bumgarner at his price. You know, he's been pretty good for quality starts in a row. So a nice secondary option there. Not really interested in Suarez, just not going deep enough yet. Ketel Marte is 3 for 3 against Suarez as well. So that's a little interesting. Harper, though, has been hot. Didi has been really good. Segura, Josh Rojas has been steaming really hot, but he is expensive. You got to pay up for him now. Varsho has been hitting as well. Pavin Smith coming back around as well. So, I mean, maybe a little mini D-back stack against Suarez.
Man, it's like we almost think alike here, Bogman. I think Bumgarner is kind of he's a good one. Like, I don't see a big ceiling for Bumgarner in this game,
right?
But he brings such a great floor at his price point that he intrigues me quite a bit. And I think
a lot of Morton Bumgarners today.
That could work. That could work for sure. I think the Arizona stack's interesting because Suarez, as good as he is, only going to go like 3, maybe 4 innings if he's efficient. And then you get this Philadelphia bullpen, which has not been good. So makes it interesting. I've been using a lot of Josh Rojas. He is expensive. You can put Ketel Marte out there. You can I don't know if I go like a full stack, but like a 2 or 3 man stack. I don't mind a little Arizona in this game versus Philadelphia. It kind of intrigues me. Last game of the evening. Before we get to that, remind everybody, if you give a rate review on iTunes, we would truly appreciate it for the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, and also check out the LineStar YouTube channel. Give it a good old subscribe and a thumbs up. We would it'd mean the world to us. And you can check out Bogman's 2 digs. It's great.
I mean, it's pretty empty right now, but it'll get filled by next week. I had a joke that
would not be appropriate for this show, so we're going to leave it at that. But yes, go check it out. It's good stuff. Last game of the evening, Pittsburgh Pirates, Los Angeles Dodgers, JT Brubaker versus Mr. White. We are not playing Clue, though. Brubaker 68 on DK, 68 on 68 on FanDuel. White is 6,058. So bullpen game for the Dodgers, an unintentional bullpen game for Pittsburgh. I'm not using either pitcher, Bogman, but the bats look interesting.
You know, I find it so hilarious, and it's appropriate too that just the difference in price on these teams is insane. Yep. You know, the Dodgers stack would be Will Smith at 52, Muncy at 57, Turner at 54, Bellinger cheap at 45, Seager at 5,000 versus 35, 3,000, 26, 37, 2,000 for Reynolds, Moran, Newman, Hayes, and Park. You know, so if you want to stack up expensive, you want to stack up cheap. Either way, use batters and use some hitters in this game.
Yeah, the Pirates are a nice cheap option if you want to. I'm not saying you have to because it's still the Pirates, but it feels like one of those nights we talked about in the past where I wouldn't be shocked if they put up like 5 or 6.
Right.
And do just enough to get you some help. Dodgers are definitely in play. Brubaker has been bad of late, especially versus left-handed hitting. So Muncy had the night off on Tuesday. You got to go back to that well on Wednesday with some of the other usual suspects. So I don't dislike a Dodger stack at all in this one. All right, recapping things real quick. Bogman, who are your top pitchers on this slate?
I like Morton, Ohtani, Peralta, and Gonzalez as my top 4 with secondaries of Bumgarner, Flaherty, Skubal, and Fulte.
Yeah, I got Morton, Ohtani, Peralta up top, and then down below Gonzalez, Skubal, and Bumgarner. So we're pretty much on the same stuff here. And like I was going to say, my main builds, you could go Morton, Bumgarner, but I'm going to try to do as many Morton, Ohtanis as I can. That's going to be my focus on DraftKings. And honestly, on FanDuel, the price point for Ohtani is a little tough, but Morton at 92, it's going to be real hard to walk away from that. That's going to be a great spot there. What stacks are you looking at tonight?
For stacks, I mean, I like the Atlanta stack against Luzardo because he's been rough. Baltimore at Tampa Bay, either side, like you mentioned before. Houston against Singer. Oakland against Lynn as kind of a sneaky stack. And then, like we mentioned in the last game, either side of the Pirates or the Bucks.
Yeah, Boston, the Yankees also, big one. And I forgot to mention when we talked about that one, Luke Voigt's swinging a great bat.
Yeah, he is.
And he's very cheap on both sides still. So he's a nice piece of the Yankees to get in there against Pivetta. So that's one I wanted to throw in there before he walked off. But I like both sides there. I prefer the Boston side versus Heaney. Both are clearly in play. I like Atlanta, Baltimore, Tampa Bay. Prefer the Tampa Bay side versus Watkins. Both are in play, though. And then you can just kind of slide through the rest. You mentioned Oakland is interesting. I don't hate that, but I like the White Sox in that game. And then the Dodgers closing it down. So lots of bats. We have like a nice core of pitching. Lots of bats to choose from on this Wednesday, which means lots and lots of home runs, Bogman, which means people need to follow LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB because they tweet out the lineups and the home runs and the news, all the good stuff. But they also tweet out Monday through Friday the home run calls of the day. And since you've left, it's been cold. It's been cold. I think Ryan Humphreys hit a crone on Monday, which it's cool. He got one. But we need to get back on track here. So everybody, when they tweet out the home run call today from Bogman, myself, and Ryan Humphreys, retweet that tweet. 3 lucky retweeters get paired with each one of us. If our guy goes deep, you win some free swag. So Bogman, you're back in the saddle. Wednesday, August 18th. Who's your home run call of the day? I
feel like I'm stealing this one from you, but I'm going to take JD Martinez against Andrew Heaney.
You did not steal that from me. I'm glad. I like that one a lot. I like a lot of games in Boston. This is batting practice pitchers, home run derby pitchers pitching for the Yankees. But I'm going to the Trop, and you give me a pitch to contact right-handed pitcher, I'm going Brandon Lau, going deep for the Rays. I'm a big fan of that one. There's going to be a lot of damage in these games, so I like your call with JD. I'm going to take Brandon Lau. We'll see what Humphreys takes as well. It should be I feel swaggy. Swag is coming this time, but it should be a good one. And it's good to have you back. So we'll keep powering along. We'll be back with you guys for a Thursday episode, a shorter slate as it's a traveling day for most of baseball. But make sure you follow Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I am at BD Entrick. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Good luck, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.